Family channels have come a long way from simple vlogs to full-blown productions that often blur the lines between reality and entertainment. From daily family moments to carefully curated content, these channels have evolved, drawing millions of views worldwide. But in the world of social media, a new breed of family channels is emerging with a unique twist. One of these is Life with Brothers. Life with Brothers, a rising YouTube and TikTok family channel, stands out for its unique dynamics. Managed by the father, Miguel, this channel revolves around the daily lives of the family, particularly focusing on the two sisters, Izzy and Mary. While the content is often lighthearted, revolving around food challenges and family activities, there's more lurking beneath the surface. The channel's rapid rise has not been without its controversies, particularly concerning how the daughters are portrayed and the role of the parents in shaping their public personas. In this video, we'll dive deep into the content, influence, and fine line between entertainment and exploitation in Life with Brothers. One of the most curious aspects of Life with Brothers is its name. Despite the title suggesting that the family will primarily focus on the brothers, the reality is quite different. The channel predominantly features the two daughters, Izzy and Mary, with the brothers making only occasional appearances, if at all. This discrepancy raises an interesting question: why the name channel Life with Brothers if the brothers themselves are not the central figures in the content? There are a few potential reasons behind this unusual naming choice. One theory is that the title is an attempt to attract a broader audience by evoking a sense of inclusivity. By naming the channel after the brothers, even though they aren't the primary focus, the creators may be trying to create an impression of a more balanced family dynamic, something that could make the channel feel more relatable or authentic to a wider range of viewers. It's also possible that the name serves as a catchy and memorable branding tool, helping the channel stand out among the multitude of family vloggers. The brother element could subconsciously suggest a more fun, chaotic, and relatable family environment, which can appeal to younger audiences. Regardless of the reasoning, the name creates a paradox that might confuse viewers initially, especially those who come expecting to see more of the brothers and less of the sisters.
Grab the Dunkin' Donut.
This is a horrible combination.
Mixed veggies. Frosted, vanilla frosted. The chocolate bar. Mini glazed. Vanilla with pink and white sprinkles. Pink with pink sprinkles. Chocolate. Chocolate with sprinkles. Apple and banana. Cucumber.
Izzy, you're so stupid. This is a cucumber.
Avocado. Chocolate with sprinkles. Vanilla.
Izzy.
Pink with sprinkles. Chocolate with sprinkles.
Wait.
Oh, I didn't say the heart-shaped. Heart-shaped with sprinkles.
Oh.
Broccoli. Mixed veggies. Squash.
You picked this up too.
Pink with sprinkles.
Izzy, look! I missed this! It was under the banana and apple. Whatever.
The Life with Brothers channel has become well known for its food challenges, especially one such as the Grab the Food Challenge. In this challenge, both daughters, Izzy and Mary, are tasked with grabbing various food items as quickly as possible when called out. It's a game of speed, excitement, and chaos, but there's something that stands out about these challenges. Many of them appear to be scripted. One particular moment that stands out is when Izzy seems to grab a food item before it's even called out, hinting at a level of choreography that goes beyond the casual, spontaneous nature that viewers might expect from some challenges. The scene suggests that the food grabs are planned, which takes away from the raw, competitive energy these types of videos typically present. While viewers may enjoy the lighthearted, fast-paced fun, it's clear that the events on screen are less about genuine interaction and more about performing for the camera. This scripted nature becomes a bit more apparent when you start noticing these subtle moments of pre-planning, revealing that the family is not just filming moments of their everyday lives, but constructing them for maximum entertainment value.
Izzy!
Blue glazed donut.
Ow!
Broccoli.
Ah!
Diet Dr. Pepper.
How'd you know? Stop, bro.
A sugar donut.
A significant element of the humor in these food challenges revolves around body types, specifically focusing on Izzy. She's often portrayed as the chubby sister who's seen constantly indulging in food. The repetitive nature of this trope is hard to ignore. This kind of humor relies on the stereotype of the greedy or always hungry person. And Izzy often bears the brunt of these jokes, with her weight and love of food becoming the focal point of much of the content. The humor is built around her constant eating, creating a pattern of laughs at her expense. It's also worth noting the role of the parents, particularly the father Miguel, in scripting these moments.
Ooh, that looks good. Can I have some?
Just one.
Oh, cool. Ooh, kitty, can I have some?
Just one.
Thank you. Kenny, can I have some?
Just one scoop.
Thank you. Ah! Ooh, candy salad, can I have some?
Just one scoop.
Thank you.
Ooh, candy!
Just one scoop.
Thank you.
As the orchestrator of the channel's content, Miguel seems to encourage this dynamic, presenting it as a form of entertainment. This involves using Izzy's body type for laughs. There's a level of irony here. While the family's creating these moments for entertainment, it's not without its potential downsides. The portrayal of Izzy's weight and appetite might reinforce harmful stereotypes and could have an impact on how viewers perceive body types. The humor, although perhaps innocent in intention, runs the risk of perpetuating negative body image narratives, especially for younger viewers who might see Izzy as a relatable figure, but also feel insecure about their own bodies in the process.
Stop taking my chips! Stop taking my chips, okay?
Okay.
It's important to recognize that the humor and skits we see on the Life with Brothers channel are not spontaneous. Rather, they're largely scripted and directed by the parents, especially the father Miguel. The entire dynamic of the channel seems to revolve around the idea of using the daughters, Izzy and Mary, as central figures of entertainment, often in ways that blur the lines between what's playful and what could be seen as exploitative. While the children are no doubt involved in the content, it's the parents who decide the direction, structure, and tone of the videos. This parental influence is evident in the way the food challenges are framed, the jokes are written, and even the way moments of conflict are staged. It's clear that the parents are playing an active role in shaping their children's public personas, choosing which aspects of their personalities and dynamics are showcased for the audience. The humor often centers around Izzy's body type or her tendency to overeat, reinforcing specific roles within the family and casting the daughters in predefined boxes. The decision to emphasize these aspects is ultimately in the hands of the parents, and it raises questions about the ethical implications of using children in this way for content that primarily benefits the family's public image and revenue.
Pineapple upside down cake. Cheesecake.
Stop! Is it this one?
I don't know.
I think it is. Yeah, I think it is pineapple.
Hershey's chocolate bar cheesecake. Lemon meringue cheesecake.
Hey! You fatty!
Celebration cheesecake. Shrimp scampi pasta. Oreo Dream Extreme cheesecake.
Get out of here.
Lemon raspberry cream cheesecake.
Ow! Stop pushing me so hard.
Lolicious with strawberries cheesecake.
Another aspect of the channel that raises concerns is the frequent bullying-like behavior between Izzy and Mary, which is showcased for laughs. These interactions often include moments of physical altercations, where the sisters are shown pushing, shoving, or even arguing in exaggerated ways for the entertainment of their audience. These moments are played up for humor, but there's an uncomfortable underlying tone of real conflict. Instead of showing genuine sibling rivalry or banter, It often looks like forced drama, encouraged by the parents to generate views. The behavior is encouraged by the parents, particularly in scenes where one sister is shown bullying the other in a physical or verbal way. This isn't just about playful teasing. There are moments that could be perceived as crossing the line into bullying, with the sisters being pushed into these scripted roles where they perform for the camera. The parents, in turn, stand by and seem to approve, even laughing along or prompting the girls to continue. This kind of behavior may not seem harmful on the surface, but for viewers, especially young ones, it might normalize conflict and bullying as a form of entertainment. Additionally, it creates a false sense of what normal sibling interactions look like, potentially influencing other children to replicate these exaggerated, sometimes mean-spirited interactions in their own relationships. One of the more intriguing decisions surrounding this family channel is the way the parents have managed their daughter's online presence, particularly when it comes to social media accounts. For years, Izzy and Mary appeared on various platforms, with their TikTok content being a significant part of their online persona. However, when Izzy and Mary turned 18, they were able to create their own TikTok accounts, allowing them to bypass the platform's restrictions on underage users.
Big body hogging up the lanes. Whip so big it's like a plane.
Before they reached the legal age to control their own accounts, the parents, especially Miguel, were responsible for managing the content. This also brings an important question about the ethics of parents running their children's social media accounts. While there are certainly some legal loopholes involved, such as parental consent for underage users to participate on TikTok, the reality is that the line between managing content for safety and monetizing their children's lives can be quite blurry. The decision to create individual accounts once the girls were old enough may have been an effort to shift the responsibility and ownership of their social media presence to the daughters. But this transition raises concerns about the long-term effects of such early exposure. There's also the potential concern about how much of Izzy and Mary's early TikTok presence was truly their own decision. If they were being featured on the platform from a very young age, did they have any autonomy over their image or what kind of content was shared? This dilemma is common in family channels, where the children often become celebrities before they're old enough to fully understand the implications of their online presence.
Hey guys! Welcome back to our channel. I'm Mary.
I'm Izzy.
And today we're going to be playing Don't Choose the Wrong Starbucks Drink Slime Challenge. So,
Our dad went to Starbucks and picked out so many drinks. Caramel frappuccinos, vanilla beans,
strawberry frappuccino, caramel, gingerbread, unicorn, so many different things. So we don't know which is which, and they look identical.
yeah.
The long-term impact of growing up in the public eye is something that isn't always considered when children are thrust into the limelight by their parents. For Izzy and Mary, this exposure began at a very young age, roughly at the age of 9, and has continued as they've grown up. The parents have monetized their daughters' lives in various ways, using their image for views, brand deals, and sponsorships across multiple platforms. This constant visibility has both immediate and potential long-term effects on their mental health, identity, and relationships with the public. The primary concern with this level of exposure is the erosion of privacy. Izzy and Mary's lives are no longer their own. They're part of a public spectacle. While many children are given the opportunity to grow up away from the cameras, these two are raised in front of millions of viewers. This can have a profound effect on their sense of self, especially when it comes to navigating the pressures of public opinion. The constant scrutiny and feedback from followers, both positive and negative, can be overwhelming, particularly when a child is not yet fully developed emotionally and psychologically to handle such attention. Another significant concern is the potential for exploitation. Since the parents started monetizing the daughters' lives so early, it brings into question whether the children truly understand the full implications of becoming influencers or online personalities at such a young age. This kind of pressure can affect their future relationships, self-worth, and the way they view success. The danger lies in how easy it is to turn children into commodities, with their moments of vulnerability or growth being packaged for public consumption. Ultimately, the long-term consequences of such exposure may not become fully apparent until Izzy and Mary are older, with the possibility of long-term struggles related to their early online presence. The rise of social media influencers, especially those who grow up in the public eye, has led to more conversations about the ethics of child influencer culture and how it might affect their futures.
Hey guys!
Hey guys!
Welcome back to our channel. So today we're going to be trying every single food item on the McDonald's menu.
On one occasion, a user comment reads, "Report this to the Department of Child Service. This is exploitation and abuse." In recent years, the focus on body image within social media, particularly family-oriented platforms like YouTube and TikTok, has become a topic of increasing concern. This concern is amplified when content creators lean into body-shaming tropes or exploit weight-related sarcasm for entertainment purposes. In channels such as Life with Brothers, where content surrounding the sisters Izzy and Mary is shared, the portrayal of body image can have a profound impact on viewers, especially young audiences. One particularly harmful aspect is the trend of feeder content, where weight gain is glorified or made into a joke, often in an exploitative and harmful manner. This kind of content raises critical questions about how weight is depicted and the lasting effects it can have on both those featured in the videos and their audience. Feeder content, which centers on the idea of intentionally encouraging excessive eating or weight gain, is a particularly harmful subset of media that perpetuates body shaming. In the context of Life with Brothers, Izzy's weight and body image often become central topics, not necessarily by her choosing, but through the content creator's focus on it. The focus on her weight, sometimes exaggerated for comedic effect, risks reinforcing harmful stereotypes about body types. By presenting her weight as something to be laughed at or ridiculed, the content indirectly perpetuates an unrealistic and damaging standard of beauty that's both unattainable and unhealthy for many.
I think Izzy is losing weight so she's on a diet.
She is choosing to eat the deodorant and not the stepper. She doesn't eat the junk food. What's this shocking show?
Oh, okay, hot chocolate.
What the hell?
Double.
Mary grabs the burger and Izzy doesn't care. Izzy is starting to work out.
The problem with such content lies not only in talking of weight gain as a joke or something that needs to be fixed, but also in how it can normalize behaviors that are damaging to both the individual featured and the audience. For viewers, especially those who are impressionable or struggling with their own body image, seeing weight gain treated as a punchline or something to be manipulated for views can set a dangerous precedent. Instead of encouraging healthy relationships with food, fitness, and self-image, these kinds of videos contribute to a culture of fat shaming and self-loathing. In this kind of media, the emphasis on weight can inadvertently promote unhealthy habits, such as binge eating or body obsession. Feeder content is especially dangerous for young viewers who are at a formative stage in developing their self-identity. Someone like Izzy, often used as a comedic device to represent weight struggles, can make it look normal that the idea of body types should be altered, ridiculed, or viewed as failures.
Guys, I got Wingstop and I thought it would be so fun if we made a Wingstop salad together. So let's do it. It's going to be so fun.
This normalization creates an environment where weight becomes an object of derision, undermining the possibility of fostering a positive relationship with one's body. For Izzy, as the subject of wit, there is a further risk of emotional damage. Constantly being the subject of jokes about food and weight can reinforce negative feelings of self-worth. This type of humor fosters a culture in which someone's weight is viewed as their defining characteristic, instead of their talents, personality, or other qualities that make them unique. Over time, this can have a profound impact on Izzy's own body image and her ability to view herself beyond the narrative constructed by the content creators. The implications of such humor also extend to how audiences, particularly young viewers, learn to engage with their own body image. When children and teenagers are exposed to content where weight is a topic of humor, they internalize the message that body image is something that's open to ridicule. This can lead to bullying, insecurity, and an unhealthy fixation on their appearance. Instead of fostering an environment where self-love and confidence are prioritized, content like this reinforces the idea that weight should be an ongoing subject of mockery with potentially devastating consequences for mental health.
Such a crybaby, guys.
The problem with these forms of exploitation, whether through body shaming content that plays into weight-related tropes, is that young viewers are particularly vulnerable. At a time when children and teenagers are still developing their understanding of self-worth and identity, the portrayal of body image in popular media has a powerful influence on shaping their worldview.
Did you know they have triple cheeseburgers?
The more they see content that exploits or mocks body types, the more likely they are to internalize these harmful attitudes about themselves and others. Seeing someone like Izzy, who is constantly targeted for her weight, can shape their own understanding of body image. They may start to see certain body types as acceptable or normal, while others are deemed as less valuable. This type of content fosters a climate of comparison, where children may feel pressure to conform to an unrealistic and unattainable ideal. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy, self-doubt, and in extreme cases, contribute to the development of eating disorders. Moreover, the role of influencers in shaping these perceptions cannot be understated. Content creators like those behind Life with Brothers hold significant power over their audience, particularly when their content is marketed to younger viewers. By presenting weight gain or body size as a source of sarcasm, they implicitly encourage their followers to adopt similar attitudes about body image, normalizing the idea that it's acceptable to mock or ridicule others for their personal appearance.
We told the waiter to take Izzy's food while she was still eating.
This is so good. I'm gonna order it again.
Is this good?
This is so good. This is so good. I'm still eating.
Oh, it's too much already. Come
No,
on.
I'm still
Come on,
eating.
Please. You finished already. Come
No,
on.
I'm eating.
You have to be done.
No.
Given the profound effects that content like this can have on young audiences, there's a need for greater responsibility in how body image and weight are depicted in family-oriented platforms. Content creators must recognize that their words or actions have the power to influence the way their audience perceives themselves and the world around them. Moving away from body-shaming tropes and avoiding harmful jokes about weight can help foster a healthier and more inclusive environment. Instead of exploiting weight as a tool for humor, creators should consider using their platform to promote positive body image and self-acceptance. This includes depicting characters of all shapes and sizes in a respectful manner, focusing on their talents, intelligence, and unique qualities instead of their physical appearance. By shifting the narrative away from weight-related humor and body shaming, content creators can help create a more supportive and empowering space for young viewers to grow and develop their sense of self-worth. Some fans show concern about her state of being that they even commented under one of her videos, "Why is money more important than their child's health?" In today's digital landscape, TikTok and other social media platforms have become venues for sharing content, but they also serve as breeding grounds for negativity and online bullying. One of the most concerning aspects of this phenomenon is the proliferation of toxic comments targeting individuals based on their body image. In this discussion where Izzy, the younger and bigger sister, is frequently featured, the comments section becomes an area of harassment. The weight-based ridicule directed at Izzy is not just cruel but damaging, and it serves as a reflection of the deep-seated issues surrounding body shaming in modern media. The comments on these videos often target Izzy's weight, with users making snide remarks about her appearance, commenting on her size in a demeaning way, or making jokes about food and eating. These remarks can be both overtly malicious and veiled, but their underlying message remains the same. Body shaming is acceptable, especially if it's aimed at someone who doesn't fit society's narrow beauty standards. With platforms like TikTok being integrated into the daily lives of many, it's essential that parents actively monitor and engage with the content their children consume and share. In the case of Life with Brothers, the parents' role in overseeing Izzy's and Mary's TikTok presence is crucial, particularly when their children's content is drawing attention and at times becoming a source of online harassment. The failure to address or even acknowledge the negative body image discussions surrounding Izzy suggests a lack of parental involvement in guiding their children through the complexities of online interactions. Parents must be vigilant about their content their children create and the kind of audience they attract. Encouraging content that promotes positive body image, kindness, and self-respect can significantly reduce the potential for online bullying. It's not enough to simply allow children to post videos without considering the consequences of the commentary that may follow. In many cases, the content creator's responsibility extends beyond producing videos to managing interactions within those spaces. This includes moderating comment sections, blocking harmful users, and educating their children on how to handle online criticism constructively. Similarly, here are some fan comments who somehow stood her ground. Guys, just because of our body doesn't mean you have to body shame her. How would you feel if you were body shamed? Would you feel happy? No. So stop body shaming and let her fun. She's just a kid, you know? By the way, I love your videos, Life with Brothers. It's super cool and happy. Guys, body shaming is not it. Imagine if you were body shamed. Should you be happy? I suppose not. So stop this. It's not nice. She's just a kid. Let her chase her dreams. If you're nice people, we'll be nice back. P.S. Those burgers look so good. Yum. The emotional and psychological harm that can result from body shaming and online bullying should not be underestimated, and parents must acknowledge the power they have to either mitigate or exacerbate the effects of such negativity. Allowing their children to engage in content that perpetuates negative stereotypes about body image, or failing to address the toxic comments that follow, risks reinforcing damaging views that could shape the children's self-perception for years to come. Instead, parents should foster an environment where body diversity is celebrated, and harmful comments are either addressed directly or filtered out. Parents also have a duty to engage in conversations with their children about the realities of social media, including the fact that online platforms are not always kind or supportive spaces. By fostering open communication and teaching resilience in the face of negativity, parents can better equip their children to navigate online spaces safely and with confidence. It's also important for parents to model positive behavior, showing how to respond to hurtful comments and encouraging self-love and acceptance, promoting positive messages and portraying a range of body types. Doing this in a respectful manner can help young viewers understand the importance of self-acceptance and body positivity. Having taken this into consideration, parents can help prevent lasting harm and ensure that their children grow up with a healthy relationship to their own bodies and the bodies of others. The evolution of family content on platforms like YouTube has sparked significant debate, particularly around the shift from authentic family vlogs to more exploitative content designed to capitalize on views and revenue. As family channels have become a lucrative industry, the line between genuine content and profit-driven exploitation is blurred, often at the cost of the well-being of the children involved. The rise of problematic themes like body shaming, bullying, and exaggeration in family content has led to concerns about how these channels impact both the creators and their audiences.
Who screams the best? Izzy? Gabe? Dad? Mary? Junior?
In the early days of family vlogging, YouTube's family content offered a glimpse into the lives of everyday families. These videos were often centered around daily activities, milestones, and the general joys and challenges of raising children. The focus was on relatability, authenticity, and a sense of family community with viewers. However, as YouTube's algorithm and monetization strategies began to reward content with higher engagement, family channels adapted by producing more exaggerated or controversial content to generate views and increase their revenue streams. Over time, family channels began to move away from the everyday moments and more towards sensationalized content.
Yes!
That's
I got
mine!
it. No? You got it there.
Salad!
Oh!
Mine!
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Flavor.
Whoa! I got it. Spice bar. Oh! Oh! Oh!
The dynamic of this change is far-reaching. Channels that once portrayed healthy family dynamics now often feature emotionally exploitative content for the sake of viral moments or controversy. This can include exaggerated behavior from children, conflicts presented as real-life drama, or the mocking of a child's appearance or personality. Content like this encourages the normalization of harmful behavior in the name of humor, creating a toxic environment for both the families involved and the viewers who consume such content. When children become the focal point of these exploitative practices, it raises ethical questions about consent, exploitation, and whether their well-being is being compromised for profit.
Hi guys! So we're in our bathing suits and we thought it'd be fun to sneak out of quarantine and go swimming. So we waited it all the way until 3 a.m. So we don't get caught. So now let's go check if our parents and brothers are sleeping still. We're waiting for everybody to sleep. Yeah, so we don't get caught. So, okay guys, let's go check our brothers are sleeping.
As you can see from there, the appeal of watching a family navigate everyday life with all its ups and downs made these channels feel grounded and connected to reality. It wasn't really about creating perfect, curated moments, but about showing real, often imperfect experiences that viewers could relate to. In a world filled with heavily edited, scripted content, family vlogs stood out as a refreshing alternative that felt human and accessible. However, as the commercialization of YouTube grew, so did the pressure for family channels to maintain high engagement levels. The need to keep up with algorithmic demands for more views and higher interaction led to a shift in the type of content being produced. This trend often involves incorporating exaggerated portrayals of family conflict, awkward situations, or controversial topics to attract attention and engagement. The quest for profitability transformed family channels from platforms that once focused on authenticity to ones that often exploited personal issues or conflicts for entertainment value. The emphasis on authenticity gave way to a need for content that would consistently generate views, regardless of its impact on the individuals involved. Instead of celebrating the mundane joys of family life, many family channels became vehicles for sensationalism and spectacle. This transformation has been deeply troubling for many viewers who miss the authenticity that family channels once provided. Audiences now find themselves questioning the sincerity of what they see. Is the content staged? Are the children involved consenting to be part of these more controversial moments? The rise in exploitative practices has eroded trust, leaving many people feeling disillusioned by the shift in family channel culture. The commercialization of family channels has had a profound impact on the way content is produced and consumed. What was once a space for honest and relatable family moments has become a marketplace for sensationalism and profit. For the children involved, this shift can be harmful in a number of ways. They're often placed in situations where their privacy is compromised, their appearance is objectified, or their emotions are manipulated for entertainment value. Some fans went under the comments section of a particular video to air out their opinion and practically their concerns over this act of exploitation, especially from Miguel over his kids. Comments like, "Report this to the Department of Child Services. This is exploitation and abuse." The eating noises and the odd focus on white sauces are 1000% feederism content. This is fetish content. These parents should be in jail for exploiting their child. These are the few raised ethical questions about consent, exploitation, and the long-term impact of growing up in the public eye. The increased focus on views and monetization has meant that many family channels prioritize viral content over the well-being of their children. With more creators now aware of how to game this system for profit, the boundary between entertainment and exploitation becomes increasingly blurred. This has led to a situation where families are encouraged to make content that's more divisive or controversial to keep the money flowing, even at the expense of authenticity and emotional integrity. The rise of family channels like Life with Brothers has undeniably transformed the way content is created and consumed on platforms like YouTube. While these channels initially showcased authentic, relatable moments, the shift towards sensationalized, exploitative content raises important concerns. The long-term effects of both creators and audiences are profound, with children often caught in the middle of a digital landscape that values views over emotional well-being. For creators, the need to balance profitability with responsibility is increasingly crucial, as their children's emotional and mental health can be deeply impacted by the kind of content they create. Meanwhile, audiences, especially young viewers, are exposed to content that can perpetuate harmful stereotypes and normalize behavior that might be damaging in the real world. Parental involvement in children's content creation needs to be critically reevaluated. The idea that family channels can continue to thrive on the vulnerabilities of children or exploit their appearance, behavior, or emotions for views poses a serious dilemma. It's essential that parents take greater responsibility in not just creating content, but in guiding and protecting their children from potential harm. This includes actively moderating the comments section, ensuring that content respects privacy, and reflecting on the impact of portraying their children in situations that could harm their sense of self-worth. As the digital age continues to evolve, it's important for creators, parents, and audiences alike to engage in a broader conversation about the ethics of child influencers. When children are the central figures in family content, their vulnerability must be taken into account. The long-term impact of growing up in the spotlight is something we can no longer ignore.